So I've got a couple of multi-day trips planned, and I've been looking at my cook set. So normally when I'm doing the multi-day stuff, I take an ultralight titanium pot, weighs about 100 grams. But it's pretty useless for anything other than boiling water. You can't cook in it. And this has been my favourite pot that I've been using in recent weeks, and it only weighs about, I think it's 210 grams. So I just want to show you today what it can do and why I think it's worth taking the extra 100 grams and have this kind of pot over a titanium pot. So in here I've got my little goodie bag. Bit of a brew kit. I'm hoping my stove's in here as well. Coffee, salt and pepper. And my stove of choice is the Soto WindMaster.
That's what they call me.
This can pretty much do anything. It's got good simmer control. It is very economical on fuel as well, and it doesn't weigh a huge amount. So much better than taking something like a BRS 3000. In my opinion, it's worth the extra weight. Supports from a gas canister. Little scraper just to clean pots and pans, and then there's a lighter in there as well. Yeah, but the secret sauce in this particular pan is the coating inside. It is ceramic coated, so I can do pretty much everything in it. I can cook porridge in it, I can fry an egg in it, cook my steak in it, because it's got a decent sized diameter, although the steak I've brought for me and Stephen today, this won't fit in one go. But for a one person pot, this is my frying pan, it is my water boiler, it is great. So we're going to crack on, cook our first course of the day, and show you what this pan can do. Right, let's get the stove set up first. Oh, chopping board. Let me put that there. You don't necessarily have to have the canister support, but it just gives things a little bit of stability. You can get other brands of this kind of pot, by the way. I know MSR do one, and I'm sure some of the cheaper brands like Fine Maple might do a ceramic coating, but it's not Teflon, so Teflon is one of those things that's not so good for you, apparently. I don't like using Teflon non-stick. Ceramic, much better. Now what I could do, to be honest with you, is I could chop everything up and just put it in the one pan, so I could have sliced bits of steak. Where'd I put my knife? But I don't want to do that. So we're going to chop some mushrooms up. Do you like yours sliced or chunky?
Mushrooms?
Yeah.
I kind of like them chunky and then sort of slightly sauteed. Did you bring salted butter?
Well, I'm off the butter at the moment. Although butter's not...
Salted water then.
Salted water. Now I've got some avocado oil.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well.
Is it healthy or?
It's healthier apparently.
Allegedly.
And it's got like a high smoke point, so you can
smoke it.
Yeah, well, you can get it hot, whereas olive oil apparently you can't get it as hot. This is just what my research has come up with anyway.
He hasn't washed any of these mushrooms. We're going to be getting all kinds of pestilence. My mum always washed mushrooms, but I don't, and I feel guilty about it. I'm glad to find out you're disgusting too.
Well, I like to just burn off anything.
Yeah,
any bacteria
yeah, exactly.
with the stove.
Exactly. And if there's any soil on it, it's just a little bit of fibre.
Exactly.
That's so small.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, let me see that.
It's really good. It's really good, to be fair.
Look at this teeny tiny little spatula. It looks like a lollipop. Where'd you get that?
The place where you shouldn't buy stuff.
Temu.
Amazon.
Send me a link.
Let's get a little bit of oil in the pan. It does say Avo on it, so we've got the right stuff on. Have you had Avo on a stick before?
I know all about Avo on a stick.
Yeah. Right, let's get this fired up. There goes the eyebrows. pan on. Get it nice and warm. Got little bits of grass there, look.
So what's this? Soto Summit?
Yeah, oh, it's the Soto Summit Frontier Ultralight. This is the 1.2 litre version.
So it's ceramic?
Ceramic coated, yeah.
What's good about ceramic? Does it not peel off the way Teflon does?
No.
So it's permanent?
It's permanently on there. It is...
It's the same stuff that uses heat shields in spaceships?
It's got really good non-stick coating. That is hot, that is. Don't need that much heat. So this stove, that's why I've chosen this one. You've got really good simmer control.
Water smoking.
Told you it had a good smoke point, didn't I? Right, let's get some shrooms in. Oh, we've got some sizzle going off there, look. Makes a change for me. Normally I am...
Yeah, you've never heard of caramelisation?
No. You've had grey steak off me before, haven't you?
Yeah.
I'm under pressure this time.
It would have been more brown if somebody boiled it.
Right, so this is going to be the mushrooms. And then we're just going to give them a bit of a stir here in there. Some sizzle noises. You like mushrooms medium rare as well?
Yeah, I like slightly caramelised, a little bit of brine on, a little bit.
That is one of those words that I love in the Northern Irish accent. Caramelised.
Caramelised?
Caramelised.
I mean, I can really... Caramelised?
Yeah.
I'll come around to your house and caramelise you.
Suppose I could put the lid on, couldn't I? Then we're steaming them a little bit as well. So, although I do love this pan, I do need to point out, it does have one little flaw. The only flaw that I've come across it is...
Oh no.
Yeah, this handle is it's quite heavy. So when you've got the pan empty, it can like sort of tip a little bit. I will show you when I've cooked these mushrooms that it's easy to... The weight of the handle sort of like pulls it over. So if you've got an empty pot on here, I always make sure that I've got the handle in line with one of the arms of the stove, and that way it stops it from tipping over.
Well, it's not good.
Do need to point that out. Not everything is perfect. Not caramelised yet though, are they? Let's get that whacked up a bit.
Still not caramelised with the lid on. Mr. Gordon told me.
Gordon, the gopher.
Ramsey.
Stephen Reid, classically trained by Gordon the gopher. Can't see it here, but I feel like that those mushrooms are starting to caramelise. And if you have a look at the pan, there's nothing sticking, there's nothing burnt on it. It's just...
There's nothing sticking there. There's caramelisation happening, but there's no sticking to the pan base.
You couldn't do this with a titanium pot.
No, definitely not. Titanium is rubbish for cooking in. Everything sticks.
So I've actually got a non-stick titanium pot, but it's still the heat transfers that bad it just burns your food. You can't get the flame low enough. Right. So, as I said, if I was just cooking for me and it wasn't fancy or anything, I'd have everything chopped up and all going in the one pan, but I want to plate it up so it's nice for Stephen. So I've got my little, what's it called? My little insulated pouch.
Just pouring the mushrooms straight in there.
No. I've got some tin foil. So I put the mushrooms in tin foil. Too much smoke going off here. That's one of the bad things about filming in the dark. Mushrooms in, wrap it up, put it in the foil, and that should still be warm.
Is there any tin in tin foil?
I don't know.
I think it is.
I don't know. But they look alright. Look at that, look. He said he wanted it caramelised, and there's a bit of caramelised mushroom.
Looking good?
Looking good. Right, we'll get them on there. Wrap those up. Right, just zoom in on the pan there a second, Stephen. Can you see what I mean? So the pan, it just put it there like that,
wow.
and it fell over a little bit.
Oh yeah, fell over. was going to say it's completely clean on the inside.
Right, that's all insulated, by the way.
That is the inside of that pan after he's cooked those mushrooms. Nothing really stuck to it. There's a little bit of stuff in the middle, but that is clean.
Nice slab of meat there. Zoomage.
Look at that. The rib of the eye.
Right, so this won't go in the pan in a oneer, otherwise I would have cooked it that way normally. Right, that is cooked. Set that pan on the heat again. Cornish sea salt.
What's so good about Cornish sea salt?
I don't know. I was told it was good for me, so that's what I've gone for. Bit of pepper, black pepper, coarsely ground. We've got a smoking pan. Alright, this is where we need to try and get it in here. Are you ready for this? For the sizzly moment?
Yeah.
Alright, so steak in the pan. Steak in the pan. Steak in the pan. Bit more salt. Good for the blood pressure. Bit of pepper.
Well, I need to boost my electrolytes.
There we go.
Anyway.
Let's get that. I'm just going to leave that because I'm not a timer when it comes to steak. It'll just be till you can start to see it being cooked up the side of the steak, and then we'll flip it over. Oh, it's come prepared. What's that then? That's titanium.
Yeah.
So I've eaten off, but you can't cook on it.
Yeah, I don't cook on it. I have cooked on this one.
Have you?
I tried. Yeah, it just burned it. Not good.
You need ceramic plates then. Ceramic plates is probably an old thing though, isn't it? Different type of ceramic. These modern day ceramic coatings are...
Enamel plates.
Yeah. Bone china. Right, I am concerned about this. Just because I'm under pressure that I don't give Stephen a rubbish steak. It needs to be to cook to his liking, or he does sort of complain publicly.
And loudly.
So I might just give it the old flip. Right, so, are you ready for this? Oh,
ooh.
Flipping hell.
Oh, look at...
Flipping hell we've got...
Is that caramelization on a Paul Messner cooked steak?
Yeah.
That is actually... That's better than I thought that was going to look.
Greyer than that.
It's actually got some colour to it.
There you go. Leave that to do its thing a bit longer. Right, I don't know if you want to put your pan, your titanium plate, somewhere next to the fire just to keep it warm, and that way your steak, once it's resting...
There's probably some noxious chemicals coming off those.
Oh yeah, don't do that then. Let's not do that then. Right, so I don't think that steak is far off cooked. Let's just give it a flippage. Get that on the camera. I'll get my cameraman here. Look, here, Stephen. Have a look at the other side.
Wow.
There we go.
Caramelization both sides. I'd say that's...
Is it done enough for you? Are they? You like it medium rare, rare-ish?
Yeah, it looks good.
Okay then. Right, let's get this out of the pan. So, there we go. So that is the steak on the go. Right, give that a little bit of a scrape. Where'd I put my scraper? Need just to make sure that it's clear because I'm going to be frying an egg. That is the plan anyway. Do you like fried egg?
Yeah.
Avo oil again. Get some avo oil in there.
There's heat radiating down underneath.
Is there?
Yeah, it's sort of warm under there.
Use that's what this is good for as well. Once you get a bit of moisture in there,
if you manage to do an egg in this without it sticking, I'll be really impressed.
Yeah. Right, so that has pretty much come off. Everything's come off there. Got my little egg carrier. These are them like golden yolky kind of things.
Ooh, too hot.
Bit too hot for your liking, is it? This will be fine. Trust me. I've done this before. Right, because it is an egg and I want it to cook a little bit on the top as well, I'm going to put the lid on. This one is the toughest bit of the gig, I think, the fried egg. Because the pan's a little bit deeper, it would be easier if I had a shallower pan, to be fair. But I just wanted to show that you can do something as delicate as a fried egg. I've done scrambled egg in this, porridge in this, no bother at all. And nothing really sticks to it. I have got the pan really hot, obviously, to sizzle the steak, so there are caramelised bits on it, so you're going to get a tiny bit of something. But that looks like it's going.
That's going quite well.
Going great guns. You just need to make sure that the white gets solid enough to be able to manipulate it a bit. So that egg is not a million miles off now. Look at this.
Will it flip in one piece?
That's
the question.
Well, do you want it flipping, or can I show you my other little technique to help cook the top?
Show me your tricks.
Alright, so I've seen this done. This is not my idea, by the way. Saw this on like somewhere else. Might have been Instagram, might have been MasterChef, something like that. So you get the little tiny bit more heat, like that, look. And then when your egg is almost cooked on top, you add a gnat's cock of water, and then put the lid on.
Oh, steaming the top.
And then that steams the top bit and cooks the top of the yolk, so you've got it cooked all over.
Every day's a school day.
Nearly there. While we're at it, I'm going to let you dish up your mushrooms.
Oh.
Just make sure that, put them on your plate, because the egg is coming shortly. Let's have a look at that, look. So there, it's cooked the top of the egg.
It worked.
And that is without having to flip it. So then now, I can just move this egg around. I'm going to get rid of actually the excess bit of liquid, because it's not the prettiest bit, that. And then I can just serve up your egg. I'm going to put it on top because it's like a fancy serving. There we go, non-stick.
That is it. I'm impressed with that pan. There's the mushrooms.
Seasoned to taste.
Oh yes, thank you very much. Salt and pepper. Thank you, Cornwall.
There we go. And then just look at the pan now. I've done nothing with that.
That is really impressive.
Yeah. So this is 100 grams more than a 750 titanium pot.
But a lot more useful.
It's 1.2 litres capacity, but I can cook in it. It's so much more versatile. So that is why, even on my multi-day trips, where I'm going to be taking this little bit of extra weight, 100 grams more ish than a titanium pot, but worth it in every way for me. Now, as everything when it comes to a bit of cooking, the proof is in the eating. So I just I'm hoping the steak's still warm. With just have a mushroom, and the mushroom's still warm after they've been kept in that foil and the little pouch.
Yeah, they're warm enough.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say they're
Scalding,
but they're warm, yeah.
Yeah. Probably given the egg a minute too long.
So,
just
mushroom.
Although there still should be a little bit of runniness in that yolk.
Yeah, there is.
There we go. This is where he cuts his main artery in his thigh. That egg's alright, isn't it?
Yeah, the egg is.
Let's hope the steak's cooked enough for you. I can always bob it back in the pan.
It's slightly rare.
Yeah.
But
better than grey.
That is delicious. I can confidently say it's much better than what I'm going to make.
Good.
Thank you.
Well, one person pot though, so I'm going to have to do the same again for me now.
Bit of mushroom, bit of egg, bit of steak.
Done the job.
Now you have to do it all again to make yours. This is delicious. That's a quality steak.
Right, my turn now.
It's the caramelization that really sets it off.
Yeah. Right, my turn now. I'm going to probably just cut everything in the one pot. Doesn't need to be quite as pretty, but yeah, just to be clear, I did buy and pay for this pot with my own money. Did get it from Ultralite Outdoor Gears, and I will put a link in the description below where you can pick one up if you're interested. Really good bit of kit. Mr. Reid's impressed, I think. Yeah.
I can't even talk.
Yeah. So yeah.
Very impressed.
That's it for this one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.